Hey there everyone, I'm Michael, and welcome to another video. In this video, we'll be taking a look at ShiftOS 1.0 Beta 3 and all the new features. Let's get started. The first thing you'll notice when starting Beta 3 is a new menu system. This menu system allows you to start up campaign, sandbox mode, edit settings, view the about page for ShiftOS, which has not been implemented in this build yet, and exit the game. Campaign mode allows you to continue from your last spot or start a new game, allowing you to start the story over if you need to, or want to. In sandbox mode, we can start up ShiftOS without having to deal with the storyline, code points, or Shiftorium upgrades. Everything is unlocked, and we can do whatever we want, whether it be skinning, playing some Pong, or whatnot. Speaking of Pong, in Beta 3, Pong has received a major rewrite allowing for better hit detection of the ball on both walls and paddles, an aiming mechanic when the ball hits paddles, and a new AI that's much harder to beat, but still fun nonetheless. It is much more smart than the previous AI, however. Also, another big feature with Pong is it will actually adapt to window sizing. Although it's a bit laggy, you will notice that the paddles actually do resize and move based on how I resize this window. As you can see, they get really skinny and hard to see as I resize it like this. However, once we go this size, they get nice and big and tall. If we maximize the window, it also affects the paddles. It also affects the speed of the game. Pong will never be too slow to play. A dev update wouldn't be a dev update if I didn't mention engine features. We've been working on localization in this build of ShiftOS, and we've added many new improvements, such as a more organized localization file for the English language pack, as you can see. We've also added the ability to localize window titles and app launcher categories, and Appscape descriptions, and many more. We'll also be adding command names, window open names, and various other abilities for the localization system. On the topic of terminals, we have drastically improved the terminal in Beta 3. For one, we have removed the namespaces system for commands. Instead of typing sos.help to get help, just type help. You can also type programs to get a list of programs that you can run from your terminal. This replaces win.open, and you can easily run a program by typing its name from this list. Note that I have not localized all the program names yet. Also, commands use a bash-like system. For example, if I wanted to, let's see what we can do. We'll do Shiftorium, we'll do upgrades, which is the new Shiftorium.list. We can do --cat, and then other. And we will get a query error because there are no upgrades in sandbox mode. And of course, you can type clear to clear your screen, shutdown to shut down ShiftOS, status to get system status, and various other things. We have also localized all the command outputs, so I expect them to work in other language packs. Some new applications include the new MindBlow application, which is a BF, I'm not going to say the full acronym for that language, editor for ShiftOS. It also interprets it, however, I have not used this because I do not know BF. There is also Python support returning to ShiftOS using the Iron Python system, however it looks and works a little differently than the Lua system. Also, the name painter has received a little bit of an update. Its user interface is now streamlined, and if you change the name of an application to its default value in the game, it will remain that way when you change a language pack, just to help us out with localization. And don't worry, we have been listening to your complaints and your feedback about the always online system within ShiftOS, requiring you to be connected to Project Unite and the Digital Society in order to play the game. We have disabled that feature because Unite has been turned off, deprecated. It is no longer supported by me or any of the other developers, and we are now using a completely different software for the website, making Always Online absolutely pointless. So, allow me to demonstrate that ShiftOS Beta 3 works perfectly with no internet. I will demonstrate by unhooking myself from the Ethernet on this wireless repeater. As you can see, I'm not connected to the internet anymore, and my computer does not support wireless internet. I'm now going to start ShiftOS new campaign. Continue. And it loads up just fine, not even knowing if the servers are online, not even knowing what the internet is. Also, speaking of localization from before, I have now implemented a French language pack into ShiftOS that will ship by default. Unfortunately, at the time of recording this, I have not completely finished it. However, there are some basic verbs and adjectives and nouns placed in the language pack, and some of the error sentences have been ported over. I'll have to continue working on this. Now, let's take a look at some of the new art pad changes. Right now, I will show you what it looked like in previous versions of ShiftOS. And this is the more slim user interface of art pad. There's still a bit of adjustments I have to make, but most of this was done by Rylan and me. Let's move on to the next thing. Notice how our art pad has black borders while the shifter has green borders. And now the art pad has the green borders. In Beta 3, we have now added state-based skimming, which means you can customize the window border colors for both the active and inactive windows. This is the same for images. And soon, title buttons and panel buttons. I have not yet implemented those, however. I've taken us back to the main menu because a few days after recording the main menu, another addition has been made in Beta 3. This addition is a new splash screen. As you can see, it is a nice recreation of the American Megatrends BIOS screen found on most motherboards of the 21st century. This screen was made by William341, aka Compute Linux on GitHub, and it has been added to the main game in Beta 3. You can try it in the latest AppBear builds. Well, that's going to do it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this development update. It's a lot more edited than my usual ones. Anyways, feel free to join the forums and tell me what you guys think about these Beta 3 features. There will be a lot more to come. I haven't even covered nearly as much as I would want to in this video, but it was getting long enough. So, without further ado, I've been Michael. Thanks for watching.